Every time you send money abroad, someone takes a cut, and most of the time, you don't even see it. That's because international wire transfers are packed with hidden fees and delays. But there's now a faster, cheaper way to move money across borders. Traditionally, if you want to send money overseas, you use your bank. You can do it online, in a branch, or even over the phone. But the process is always the same. You enter the recipient's details, their bank name and address, account number, and SWIFT code. Your bank verifies the intro, pulls the money from your accounts, and starts routing it through the SWIFT network. And here is where it slows down. If your bank doesn't have a direct link to the recipient's bank, the money bounces through one or more intermediary banks, each one charging its own fee before it finally lands. That's why a simple transfer can take up to 5 business days, and why the amount that arrives is often less than you expected. Now, here's the part that most people don't realize. Banks almost never give you the true exchange rate. They add their own margin on top. So even if the transfer fee looks small, the real cost is buried in the rates. Now, on top of that, every SWIFT transfer comes with fixed transaction fees. Outgoing wires typically cost $25 to $50. Incoming transfers can be another $10 to $20. And each intermediary bank along the way may also take $10 to $30 out of the total. So between the hidden markup on FX and the flat fees, a $10,000 transfer can easily cost you hundreds every single time. What makes it worse is that sometimes the fees can be charged either to the party that sends the money or the recipients. That's why sometimes the recipients complain that they don't receive the full amount of money that they're supposed to receive. So even if you're ready to cover the cost, you will have to be very specific with the involved banks which party will be charged for the SWIFT fees. And it's not just about money. Transfers can get delayed, and in most cases, you have no idea where in the chain it's stuck. With multiple intermediary banks involved, the payment can be held up along the way for days without any clear visibility. Sometimes those intermediaries even reject the transfer outright. And if you type in a wrong digit for the account number or SWIFT code, your money might bounce back, minus fees. It's secure, yes, but it's slow and expensive. And that's why more and more global businesses are switching to platforms like Airwallex. Instead of routing payments through middleman banks, Airwallex connects directly into local payment networks in over 120 countries, so SWIFT is not involved in the whole process. The result feels like a domestic transfer, even when you're sending money halfway across the world. Faster, cheaper, and far more transparent. But in cases that you do need to use SWIFT to process the transfers, Airwallex can also support you to transfer money to over 200 countries globally. Here's how it works in practice. When you set up an Airwallex account, you can hold money in a multi-currency wallet, over 20 currencies at once. So whether you're paying suppliers in euros, dollars, or pesos, you don't lose money constantly converting back and forth. And with transfers running through local rails, you can expect around 95% of them to land on the same day, if not instantly, instead of taking 5. When you do need to convert currencies, Airwallex gives you access to market-leading FX rates, so you can avoid hidden markups and save up to 80% on FX fees. This scale is real. Airwallex helps over 150,000 businesses worldwide to move money without the headaches of traditional banks. Here's the truth. Banks are fine if you're sending one-off transfers and don't mind the wait and the costs. But if you're running a cross-border business, paying overseas suppliers, handling payroll to remotely based employees, or moving funds regularly, those hidden costs and delays add up fast. That's when Airwallex makes sense. It cuts the costs, speeds up the process, and gives you a clear picture of where your money is going. Besides fast international transfers and market-leading FX rates, Airwallex is actually an all-in-one payment and finance operation platform. It has a lot of powerful features like corporate cards, expense management, and online check. So if you're ready to stop losing money on international transfers, check out Airwallex. I've left a link in the description where you can sign up and start sending money abroad the smarter way.